Hello everyone, this video is about using the data pack I create to add custom songs and playlists inside a Minecraft map. Please pause and check the description for video timestamps and to get an understanding of the outline for this tutorial. The data pack has the following key features. 1. Depending on the user's selected region, the player will hear the songs/songs from the playlist that the user has intended for the player to hear. 2. The data pack is meant to have a good transition from players entering different regions without theoretically inducing lag anywhere in the world. 3. The data pack was intended to be able to incorporate multiplayer usage and not interrupt what the other player is listening to when a player switches regions. I will first showcase and introduce this pack in efforts to make the data pack clear for the viewer. For this initial example, I'm going to use the Legend of Dragoon texture pack, as you can see on screen. As this loads in, I begin to enter the Legend of Dragoon testing world, where you can see that this data pack begins to implement. You can see two different carpets here. The carpets showcase different regions or areas in the Minecraft map. As I switch from one location to the other, the music switches, and as I go back, you can hear the music will again change. This process can happen each time you cross over different regions. Next, I will highlight the playlist feature. Currently, the playlist at the pink region has the music from the pink carpet region and the red carpet region. Once this song ends, a song from the region the player is currently at will pick a song randomly from the region's playlist. For this example, I will continually press the command block to set the time to 0, simulating the song ending to speed up this process. You can hear that currently the music is on the pink carpet region. But after I press and simulate the time ending multiple times, you'll notice that sometimes the music should switch to the red carpet region, as it did just there. You can see that the music switches between both the pink carpet region and the red carpet region. This shows that the playlist works as intended. Do note that the playlist feature is just an additional feature for the data pack and isn't necessary. Finally, I will highlight the multiplayer feature by using a different Minecraft account on my Mac PC. I will start by showing the Windows side, the screen you are currently watching, with the profile Mr. T Martin 07. Now that the other account, Yaba28, dressed as Rigby, because my brother likes the regular show, has entered, I will begin by entering different regions and showing how this affects each player. As I enter the different regions, you'll notice that my music changes. But now, if I take control of the other player, you'll see that as the other player changes, my music doesn't randomly change, only restarts when he enters the same region. The purpose of the restarting the music is for the music counter to end at the appropriate time. Now I will show the same thing but from the viewpoint of Yaba28. This will just ensure that the multiplayer function works as I showed earlier. Note that this testing was only conducted via LAN connections, so the status of whether this works on multiplayer server is unknown, but is expected to work as well. Before jumping into the data pack itself, it's essential to understand how the resource pack works. I will not go into great detail about resource packs, but I will quickly develop one on screen to help with the completion of this tutorial. To start, you will need to have a resource pack. If you are unfamiliar with the resource packs, I would recommend you use the one in the description to follow along with this tutorial. Just go down to the description in the video and click the link, which will redirect you to a media file download page for the tutorial resource pack. You then need to go to your .minecraft folder, which is typically found from the following address on the screen. In that folder, you will need to create a folder called Resource Packs, all lowercase, if that folder doesn't currently exist. After downloading the tutorial pack, you will need to extract the file. And then place that extracted file into your Resource Packs folder, as so. If we go into the Resource Pack or Tutorial Pack file, we'll see that there is a pack.mcmeta file. This is an editable file via Notepad. and is required for all resource packs. The only thing that would change here is the pack format, which is now 5 for Minecraft version 1.15. If we click into the Assets folder, then Minecraft folder, you will see a sound.json file, another file that can be edited with Notepad. This file is needed for Minecraft to add custom music into Minecraft. To make sense of this file, I would keep this window open while going deeper into the resource pack. If we click into Sounds, we will see 2 folders, Music and Tutorial Music. Clicking into the Tutorial Music folder, you will see 5 songs and see how that relates with the sounds.json file. First is the folder location, then .song name. You'll notice that song 5 is not incorporated into the sound.json file. I will show on screen the simplicity of adding that song into that file that you can feel free to follow along with. Simple, right? But before we start implementing the DataPack, I want to note a few things. The sound files must be the format .ogg. You can use an online converter to make your files .ogg, as a link is in the description. All the vanilla Minecraft music for this resource pack has been replaced with a blank file, meaning the normal in-game music will not play with the resource pack equipped. Now you'll need to download the DataPack from the link in the description. Once you have that link, you'll need to go to your .minecraft folder and click on the Saves folder. Click into the world you want the DataPack to go into. In my case, it is the Tutorial World folder, link in the description. Then click onto the DataPack folder and copy the extracted DataPack into that folder. The installation of the DataPack is now complete. All functions incorporated into the DataPack should be properly labeled / commented, so I will not go into detail about the specifics of how the DataPack works in this video. In the description, I will have a small summary of the major folders in the DataPack, so feel free to read that for an additional understanding. I highly recommend having a separate Excel or text document to keep track of the songs and locations of your map. For this tutorial, I used an Excel document to manage my locations and song/music playlist. The tutorial world has 3 regions, a red, blue, and green region. I will now open Minecraft to show you what I'm talking about and clearly make an understanding. Here's the tutorial world, and once I enter it in, you will see the red, blue, and green regions that match with the Excel sheet. The Excel document labels each region and their associated location, which will come in handy when working with the DataPack. The area code location is found by pressing F3 and mapping out the region. You want to make sure that the coordinates are the lowest value, e.g. that the X, Y, Z coordinates are the most negative / smallest. You can see here, when we're looking at the looking at block, we have 117, 3, negative 217. This matches with our Excel document with X is 117, 3, negative 217. The DX, DY, and DZ are accordingly to their directions associated, where if I move over to this location, the opposite corner, and the height, you'll see that the location of the block is 134, 7, negative 19. If I subtract 134 minus 117, I will get 17. Now on to the time-consuming part of incorporating custom music into the DataPack. I will strictly be following the text file labeled How to Add Music in the Music Functions folder. I will only run through the guide/text file once in order to show an example and for you to follow along, and for me to give a better explanation/tips for not messing up. So now we have this How to Add Music notepad. We'll look into Music Single Copy Template. So if we go to Music Functions, we use these 4 folders, which is the only folders we'll actually need to use. So I'll go into Music Singles, and then the music that we're missing on this is Music 5. So we go to Song Codes on our Excel document, you'll see that Music Song Title 5 is missing on this. So I'll go ahead, copy this, paste it, then I will grab this, Control C, Control V, and we have song title. You want to have play in front of song title. And then we're going to open this up, and then this is our template. So if we go ahead, I'm just going to keep doing Control C. So Control C, and then we'll move it over here. But a cheat that you can use is hit Control H. This will allow you to replace something inside the document, which will save you time. So if we do Control V on that, which was already filled out, but then we changed replace with on the song number. Now, an important point is that the song number can't be 3 digits. It can't be like 001. You're going to want to just hit 5, which is the opposite and kind of confusing, because when we go into the area code, you'll actually want to have 001, 002. But for this, you want to actually have just a single integer. The song code should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they should be actual integers. Cool. Then we can hit replace all, and that will replace all the files that had song code num. We keep doing this for each one. So song name, Control H, Control V. Then we go to the song name, which was song titled H, Control C, replace with Control V, replace all. Then we do the same thing for each one. To find out how long the song is, you're going to want to go into where your songs are at. So let me open up the resource pack. So you'll have to go into Minecraft. So you're going to actually have to go into your texture pack, which was the tutorial pack in this video. And then you'll go, so I'll just go back so you understand where I'm at. So we'll go to the Minecraft, you go to resource packs, you go to tutorial pack, assets, Minecraft, sounds, tutorial music, and then you're going to click on song title 5. Oop. Here you'll see that the music runs for 130 seconds. So that's 60 plus 30, which is 90 seconds. So that's how that works. It's fairly straightforward. So now that this is up, we'll change the duration to be 90 seconds. And we'll hit save. It says only if the music is not in tutorial folder, music folder. Let me explain this in detail. So that was going back into this here. So if we go to sounds, you can see that it's in tutorial music, but if it was in music and we were trying to run blank, we would have to actually change this here, where it writes tutorial music. So that's to be the slight change that you would have to make. So now that we're done with music single, we can back out and we can go to music startup. So we go to music startup, music reload, and then I've already filled out most of these, but we're missing number 5. So we'll go ahead and copy this here. Place song with 005. Then we'll call this additional place song 5. The name doesn't matter, it's just for organization. And then you want to make sure we take out these comments. The numericals or the number signs are all just indicator for comments. And then we can keep following this here. So we say song name, and we hit Control H, song name and play. Oh, Control C. It's already in place. Replace all. Well, the reason why I don't want to replace all is because you want to just hit replace on that case, and I apologize, is because of this here. So you see song title. You'll see that it'll say reset song title 5, where this wanted to be song name. Because you just want to be able to use this to copy in the future. We'll continue. Control C. On this, that was Control H, and then we're just going to then fill in 5 for our song number. Oh, let me just click. You don't have to do this, you can manually fill it in, but if you click in near, hit replace, this fill out, and then I'll make sure not to replace these. So then we'll just hit close. So then we'll back out, we're on number 3. We'll back out. Go to music control, countdowns. We'll copy the template. And then this is just going to be the name of that song. Rename, Control V. That's the same name. go ahead and click on here. We can type it in song name since we already have it copied. Over Control V. And then you can see that it's going to find all. We can just hit replace all. Done. Song number. Control C, Control H, Control V. 5. Replace all. So we are trying to look into adding this into certain regions. So if we go to regions and playlist, you'll see that song 5 was meant to be in area code 003. So what we can do is Control H, do 3, and do 003, and you can just hit replace all on that as well. If you weren't doing the playlist situation, which I think everyone's going to be, you would then change that. Also, if this file was going to be played in multiple locations, let's say in region 002, for some reason, you could then add this, bring it over across, copy it, and then do 004. I can actually do that right now. Let me do that so it makes it even more clear. So copy these. Cool, so the song will be in here. So now I'll go ahead and copy this. Control C, Control V. And we'll put this in area code 2. So now I can hear that song in 2 different locations. Cool. So this note says, note everything beyond this point is for putting music into a specific map area. I think most people using this data pack will be doing that, but other than that, if you just wanted to have like a function where you can play music, then you could stop at this point and like everything would be done. But typically you're going to want to have specific music in different regions, and then this is where stuff really does get kind of time consuming. So now we're going to go to music control back 1, and we are going to go to place song by area code. So again, we'll just keep following what this says. I already have area code 1, 2, and now we got to add area code 3 because this was just part of the tutorial. We should copy this, bring it down. Click here, Control H, do find next, replace, 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 replace. Then we are done. Moving on to step 5. Just in that same area, going to play our code. This is where writing down the left blank for tutorial. So I'm going to actually show you how to make this here, or be able to like write that down easily in Minecraft. So I'm going to transition over to Minecraft here. And we're going over the green region. So you want to make sure that we are the most negative or lowest value. So we can see that this increments, if we're looking primarily at this block here, looking at block, and you can see that that goes down on the X. And then we can also see that it's most negative on this corner. So this corner is the corner we want to have. I typically like to just type it out. X equals 19, comma, Y equals 9, comma, Z equals negative 221. Could also copy this if you find that faster. So find your dx, dy, and dz. We're going to go to the opposite corner and then put that in. So if we look at this other one, we originally had 119.9 negative 221. So 119 to what we're looking at here, which is 134. The difference is 15. So we'll just type in 15 here. And for our dy, we have 12 minus 9, which is just 3. Negative 221 minus 211, it's 10. So now we have what we want to put in. So go ahead and copy this. We'll back out. We'll go back to function lists, or music functions. Then we're going to music lists. We are going to copy this. And we're going to rename this 003 playlist, which is the playlist we want. And also, since I added that song 5, we'll have to add that song 5 to the playlist on number 2 as well. So just following this, how this works is every time you go into a new region, you'll have a specific first song. We want our first song to be song title 3, and then after it replays, it will play randomly sometimes that other song that was shown in the beginning of this video. And then this was our new song, so our new song is going to be song title 3. So that's because we're having another song than 1. So explaining this in a little bit of detail. So this is your first song, and then this is your second song, and this is your third song. All these, after the first song is done playing once, will be played randomly, and you can have multiple songs in a list or in the playlist, which will pick one of these songs randomly once the song ends. So since we're adding a 2 and there's already a 2 in this one, we'll just kind of use this one here. And then if you wanted to copy, you could just copy this over, and then making sure that this increments to 3, 4, 5, 6 for each one. So this is 1, this is 2. And then of course this would be 3. Go here, go H, go C, go V, the new song that we want to have. Oop. Let's get hit Control C on that and then since we're clicked up here and we hit find next, it'll find that new song, and we can just hit replace, and we're done with that. The only thing you also will need to have here is your number of random. Since we actually have 2 songs playing here, we're just going to hit 2. So we'll save this, which I just hit Control S. Then I said in playlist number 2 we got to add that third. And one thing we got to remember to do too, since we had 2 commented out, now we have 1, 2, 3. We got to make sure we change the 1 to a 3. Control S and we're done. Now this is an optional one, but might be nice for labeling. It's just making sure that your area code here, that this playlist region, for you to just have an understanding, goes down. And 003 is your green region, or whatever map that's called. Now that we have finished putting everything into the data pack, we are now going to go into the actual Minecraft world and check that everything's working as intended. So as we move into this red region, you'll see that the music switches. You can hear it versus the difference. And the same thing happens each time we go into each different region. The transition is very smooth, as intended, and as we had hoped. As we get into the green, you'll see this switches, and then as we hit the red, it'll switch back again. The transition is very smooth and very easy, which makes it a really nice feature. Now, you might be wondering, well, what happens if you switch really quickly? You'll note that it'll just go through. So it updates super quick. It's just a time tick, so it's every tick, everything, which is 50 milliseconds, so it's pretty quick. And alright, next thing I want to highlight is we remember that we added in the different randomness. So this just sets the time to have it be a lot quicker. So we're going to just skip down to have it be 0 seconds, and you'll see that the song switched, and then this is to change it off the 5th song. So this is that playlist feature that we're on this area that we implemented, and you'll see we switch back, and it's all random. So sometimes it'll play the same song like it did there and did there, but eventually it'll switch back. Well, this one's really, there it is. Cool. So everything's working, and then we also did that blue, and we should have 3 on that playlist. So we'll do that, bring that through here. So we're on this blue region. I'm going to click here. We'll see now it switched to the 5, which we had. We should be able to bring it to the 4 eventually. And there it is. So now you can see that the playlist features do work for all of these. Also, one thing I do want to show is that even if you're outside of the region, but you just haven't switched to another region, and when this time ends, see I'm not in the blue region anymore, it will actually switch and keep it as if you're in that region. And you'll also note that no matter how far away I go, the music stays constant, which is very nice. So I hope I can, just very nice, and it should work for open maps and just being able to trick everything. The beautiful thing about data packs that makes this really nice is you don't need to have a world spawn where you're actually having redstone run. This runs in the background with your ticks, and this is just super essential, and I think it's a very great data pack that people can use for map builders. Cool. Well, I hope this works out. This is multiplayer friendly. I showed that earlier. I'm also going to just check that this also works multiplayer, just because I'm getting into this right now. But I'm positive it does. At least with LAN, I'm curious to whether it'll work on online, and hopefully you guys can give me feedback and let me know. Well, if not, thank you guys for watching. This is Mr. T Martin 07. I'm out, and stay up to date because I will be eventually making more Minecraft content and continuing on with the Legend Dragoon. Awesome. Thank you guys. Have a good one.